Good morning to everyone. I hope you're very well. Welcome to a Friday spiritual lecture. I'm afraid it's on a Saturday morning. It's Christmas time. Everything's running late. But I'm very glad to be here for what is the final Friday spiritual lecture with light language of 2025. And I think many of us can say that 2025 has been quite a year of growth. And we're ready for a change. We're ready for something different, something lighter, building something new for 2026. So let's see what we can do. Actually, that ties in rather beautifully, I've just realized, with the topic that we've been working with this week, which is I am undefined. And being undefined is freedom itself. That's what I can say about it. We all have definitions of ourselves. We have definitions of life. You know, how many people will turn around and say, well, this is what life is. This is what life is for. Life is for learning. Life is for challenging us. Life is just for living. Why are we here? We're simply here to experience everything that life is within itself. And if we can open more to this and start seeing that life is just this experience, it doesn't have a particular reason, shall we say. It is simply a part of being alive. We begin to have a greater sense about who we are. And as we step forward, we really want to let go of the definitions that we have, not just for ourselves, but the definitions for the future, for the past. Everything we do seems to have a descriptor to it. Rather than simply experiencing it, being in the moment, we add a descriptor to absolutely everything. You know, people will say to me, you are tall. Well, I'm tall according to their experience, but that doesn't define me, because amongst a group of tall people, I am average height. You see, everything becomes a definition, and everything that we define locks us into a space and says, this is now who you are. And it starts way back in school, when they start making a report on you. And if you think about it, you come home and your report card, hopefully they were slightly better than mine, but report card will say, well, so-and-so is very good at maths. They're not good at listening. They're very good at sitting still. You know, your parents are given a report card that basically defines who you are at school. But then out of that, you get led towards certain exams and then certain career paths, because you happen to enjoy something when you were 5 years old. Suddenly, when you are 25, this is the job that you are doing. And what if you don't enjoy it anymore? But you have been defined, and you have allowed yourself to be defined by the 5-year-old. And we do this all the time. When we define ourselves, we look in the mirror and we will make a statement about ourselves, something that says, oh, I look old, I feel tired. Everything we do locks us into a particular state and says, right, this is now who you are. And we think it doesn't. You know, we think, oh, they're just words, they're so subtle. They're not. These are truths that we are locking in for ourselves. In terms of quantum physics, every time we express something, every time we view the world or ourselves in a particular way, we are locking ourselves into that space. And then it takes more work to get us out of it. So the way to live life is to simply be. To say, this is me. And if one day you are in a particular way and the next day you are another way, well, this is fine. It just happens to be who you are in that moment. And there is nothing wrong with that. We do not need to define ourselves. We do not need a definition in order to live. And the problem is that this world has created a system that must define things. It must define its population. Because by defining it, we think we create a kind of order, a patterning, a sense of a system that we can live in. And yes, it does do that, but it also becomes a lock-in. It becomes a place where we put ourselves that has been created by somebody else generally. And we simply buy in to that definition that other people have given to us. And so the most important questions that we can ask as we go forward into 2026 is start asking ourselves, what if I was undefined? What if I remove all these definitions that I have given to myself? What if I ignore all the ways that people describe me? What if I actually start looking at freedom and thinking, what do I want? Me. If you remove everything, if you remove all the barriers, if you take away all the ideas that we have loaded onto ourselves throughout life, what if I strip all those away and actually just be? And in that moment, ask, what do I want? What do I want to do? What do I want to wear? What do I want to dress? How do I want to be in this moment? And connect with that heart, connect with your beautiful guiding heart and allow it to speak. And then you have to step past the fear that says, but I'm not doing what people expect of me. Well, sometimes you've got to say, fuck what people expect of you. Are you living your life or somebody else's life? Which one is it? You can live a life that is full of meeting other people's expectations, but will it make you happy? And more importantly, will it serve your soul journey? Will it help you to become your light, your precious and beautiful light? Will it help you do that? And I can tell you this, the answer generally is no. And it's tough sometimes to step out of these boundaries because people start looking at you thinking, well, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? And I think this is one of the moments that we get called insane because we're suddenly not going along with the expectations. Oh, so-and-so's gone nuts. I've heard it enough times in my life. They've gone crazy. They don't know what they're doing. Good if you don't know what you're doing. You're finally questioning the narrative. You're finally questioning everything that you have experienced and done in your life. And this is the route to freedom, to being, to expressing the light that you are. Okay, so stop worrying about what other people think. Stop worrying about how you have defined yourself in the past and start feeling, that's what they want, start feeling how you are in each moment. And then you can go from there and just see where it takes you. Be a fun journey. It will be. And hopefully this is what 2026 will bring us, is the freedom to just be and do as we feel, not as we're told. Because really, nobody has the right to tell us what to do. Nobody. That's not the system of the universe. That is the system that Earth has built. So, yeah, go be you. Right. Time to bring through some light language. God, time just disappears, doesn't it? Okay, so sit back and relax and open up those gorgeous hearing senses and let's see what comes through. And as ever it comes through with immense love and light and joy from all of the universe, in blessings to every one of you. Tanuza sora ha tatamara kote kioranta karuduzinya marukura. Natuza hara tataparu tatsititia totonara to parakaora. Tanier toshi, kamieto no nasati, darano no marashuk swara, tier samarata, tadadonaro kubarashki. Tani sieto rai hika marore tiarana kora sandakasi. Kanido na marush kuskora, she sata dise, taparoto shana, sata tinya, dora barishka, karodota zitishka, namarajit kanjkora con nata marsh ziti warashkazara. Tani jesi, namarita roto to, karukora, netishna, ni marato barasha, sisieto rasi. Tanodai na resignata per correcaro sì. Ma non donna iscita, o dai io mora, perché ora tutto scassigna. Tane gisquara, tameora yitisa, tanina rotoshe. Mora sitiora, pare tu crescatto, a scusare, te bruscassi, ter disna barazona da tessi, tanilaro desi, taniaro zizura da marasusiar, tatatia yemmara, taniaro disca, rezito maracura, chiara rischiza, taniascia desi. Taniaro tu iscarmande marabravati tu scissietis, carucra manaratia. Tania ornda, tanamorone ternsins, taniaro, tutto chassi dara, curaritis, tamarita, aritu chuchkorens, kawarana, tetazizima, tanuara, terzitia, torara tekia, caria namorota, torashi, tananiara, warisiaro ratia. Na mia tora te dia, te tanania, tananieti tarasua. Caritis maranda ti tora sisia. Morayita, daritora. Maitorani at si, coradisca. Marundar de presisia. Remind us that when we become ourselves. Marudisha baritari sisinya. Ditutuka ora kiora kanamana tejishia. That is when peace comes in, because we are being true to the freedom of who we are. Marutadisha. Tadi didor kuka karamba parititosha marusha sisiara tetesi. Tadare sisama. Mamora etiar. And also a reminder that they say it's funny that we assume that people will be the same from the moment that they are young until old age, that they will only be this one person by which they have been defined. As if each moment that we live through won't change us. Marunai te kora, ti de disor, karen de kema, chokozi, tania, tonora maranakate, korndaka, kayora ishke, tonora, shanisia, tanishka, yes gora, karetisi. We change constantly throughout our lives. Marawati urase, karumboga warudua, kanyaruto, shitukurjiata marase. And as we watch a child grow, we see and we're proud how they change. Mamara do kora kaji si do dara, tabaritish zora, tanamara dutus, kayetu kwasa. But as adult changes, mamora ditich kororoka sotati, but see, they maruda najida, mananya do kwajasa. We call them rebels. Mamamaro do kasha, sitashiso. Amora tatasi, kamakuak yatakoa. And a rebel is only one who steps out of the definitions. Mamarashisatia, kagora, madananalashi, kakor, kaot, kausara tatasi, mamamartisi. So be a divine spiritual rebel. Mamoatisataka. And allow your truth. Give it the space to come through. Mama pia tuhasaka tukasakaya tukasa. Maguara gishesa. Et sita dosa. Mawara disgora dorsa. Karodasa. Karodasaka. Tia skora sana. Matishwara. Kagimarat. Gorat. Kaset. And that is their complete message. And I totally and utterly agree. Become a divine spiritual rebel. Break the rules that surround you and keep you from living your freest and most amazing life. So I think that's an utterly beautiful message to end 2025 on. And going ahead, I wish you the most wonderful Christmas and New Year. And I'll be back next year, maybe in a new format. We shall see where Spirit takes us. But it's been a ride, 2025, hasn't it? But I look forward so much to connecting with you again, however it happens. And may your path be blessed through these last days of 2025. Light blessings.